To Egypt, where security has been tightened around the country's churches during the festive period. This is in the wake of a terrorist attack that targeted a Cairo church, killing 27 Coptic Christians earlier this month. In North Sinai governorate, police and army forces have combed areas surrounding churches and intensified security presence at all churches and residences of priests. Churches have been cordoned off with motorbikes and cars banned from parking in the surrounding areas. The December 11th attack saw a bomb detonate at Cairo's main Coptic cathedral during Sunday morning mass. The attack was said to be the deadliest against Egypt's Christian minority in years. Let's get more from Yasser Hakim, who joins us live from Cairo. Yasser, the Egyptian government has really taken security a notch higher this festive season. What has informed this decision? Is it just about the church attack witnessed recently, or is there a credible threat this festive season?
Well, the government has not announced that there is any a credible threat or that they have any news of a planned attack. However, they're saying that this is the normal procedure in the circumstances this year. Of course, after what happened in the church last week or 10 days ago, and obviously what's been happening around the world and how terrorism has been surging in the last week or so, up to the Christmas celebrations in Europe and in other countries and in other areas in the world. And they're trying to ensure that this does not happen here again, and that Egypt has over 3,000 churches, and there were celebrations, the Mass last night here in many churches, and it was very secure as well. It was secured intensively to avoid any attacks, and at the same time there is expected to be more masses in the next few weeks, a couple of weeks, up to the 7th of January. That's the Egyptian Coptic New Year as well, so and Christmas. So it's a delicate time, and it needs that the security to be notched up at least until the 7th or 10th of January.
Now, ISO claimed responsibility for that church bombing a few weeks ago. So it's clear the militants have managed to get around the security forces. What's the government's strategy to secure its borders and indeed the country from such militants?
Yes, it was obviously a change in tactics by the terrorist cells, but they have been cordoned off in northern Sinai in a small area around Sheikh Zayed and Rafah, but going to attack installations in Cairo, especially civilians. They have been targeting military personnel or policemen in the last couple of years, and now they have targeted civilians, and this is a shift in their tactics. And the government says it's been changing its security tactics as well. Obviously, if you talk about churches and major government and military installations, you find that the security checkpoints have taken a larger area around these places. Cars are not allowed to park around churches like before, to avoid anyone putting a bomb or something around it. They're very well searched in many areas. There has been a search in even houses around the major installations and places where there could be a threat. There's been also a search in the people renting apartments in the areas that have been now searched very extensively to ensure because some of these terrorist cells have been renting apartments around the areas they have targeted and having bombs installed in these apartments for future attacks. So there has been a lot of search operations around these areas. Even one of the major exhibitions that should have taken place in Cairo, it's one of the biggest furniture exhibition, has been cancelled for security reasons, and the government is saying it's not taking any risks. It cancelled this exhibition to avoid any risk of a threat, a militant threat in the area. So it is a very extensive security operation taking place now, not just in Cairo, but all around the country to avoid any disturbances during these celebrations in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Yasser Hakim joining us live in Cairo. Many thanks.